Hello and welcome to your 30-minute calming yoga class to help you unwind and relax on a deeper level. This is the perfect class to do before bed or whenever you're feeling particularly stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed. We will begin on our backs today, so make your way down to your back and start to settle into your mat. Feeling completely supported by the ground beneath you and settling into a comfortable position. We'll start today's practice with a simple breathing exercise called 4-4-8 breathing. How it works is that we will inhale through our nose for a count of 4, pause for another count of 4, and then slowly exhale through our mouth as if we're blowing air through a straw for a count of 8. So exhale wherever you are, completely emptying your lungs. Then inhale through your nose for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Continue for about 5 more cycles like this on your own. This practice of extending our exhales activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which is basically the opposite of the fight or flight state that we spend so much time in. This breathing technique also helps to give your mind something to focus on, to take your attention away from your racing thoughts that may cause you to feel stressed and anxious. Finish up the cycle that you're on, and then lift your right leg up so your right foot stands on the ceiling. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh and begin to point and flex your foot, rolling through the ankle in one direction and then the other. And then using your hands, gently pull your leg in towards your body for a hamstring stretch, maybe walking your hands up your leg for a deeper stretch. Good. Walk your hands back down your leg and then hug your knee in towards your chest. Keep your left hand on your knee, extend your right arm out to the side, and then draw your knee across your body, coming into a supine spinal twist. Gentle gaze over the right fingertips. Breathing into the twist. Bring your knee back in through center. Plant both feet on the mat. Knees point up towards the ceiling. Arms extended down alongside your body. Fingertips grazing your heels. Press into your feet and lift your hips high for a bridge pose. Exhale, lower your hips back down to the mat. We'll do that twice more. So inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Exhale, lower the hips down. One more. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Extend your right leg out long, lift your left leg, left foot stands on the ceiling, interlace your fingers behind your thigh, beginning to point and flex the foot. Starting to roll out the ankle as well, so moving in one direction and then switching directions. Using your hands, gently pull your leg in towards your body, maybe walking your hands up the leg, lifting your upper back off the mat for hamstring stretch on this side. Slowly walk your hands back down your leg and hug your knee in towards your chest. Keep your right hand on your knee and extend your left arm out to the side and draw your knee across your body, coming into a supine spinal twist. Soft gaze over the left fingertips. Settling into this pose. Slow, steady breathing. Good. Come back through center, hug both knees in towards your chest. And begin to rock along the spine, so rocking forward and back a couple of times, eventually crossing your ankles and making your way to your hands and knees for tabletop. Stacking your joints, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And when you get there, begin to take your cat-cow flow. So inhale, sink your chest, lift your gaze and tailbone. Exhale, press the mat away from you, round the spine, tucking your chin and tailbone in. Inhale, drop your chest, lift your gaze and tailbone. Exhale, round through the spine, tucking your chin and tailbone in. Inhale. Exhale. See if you can close your eyes and just move with your breath. Maybe adding in any organic movements that might be calling to you today. So maybe rocking your hips forward and back. Maybe rocking your hips a little bit side to side, wagging out the tail. Just any little movements that might feel nice. Continuing to move with your own breath pace here. Come back to a neutral spine and begin to walk your hands forward, sinking your chest and forehead down towards the mat for melting heart pose. Feel the stretch through the chest and shoulders. Hips stay lifted high. For a slightly deeper version, you could lift your chin, gazing ahead of you for puppy pose. Holding here for a few more breaths. Good. Gently begin to help yourself up, walking your hands in towards your body, coming back through tabletop, and then tuck your toes, send your hips and tailbone high for downward dog. First downward dog of the class. So begin to pedal out your feet, dropping one heel down towards the mat and then the other. Maybe nodding the head yes, shaking the head no. And then find stillness in your downward dog. Taking a peek forward between your hands, step your right foot forward. So you're in your low runner's lunge. Bring both palms to the inside of your right foot and heel toe your foot towards the edge of the mat. Drop onto your back knee for lizard pose. Gaze out ahead of you, and you could either stay up on your palms if this is a deep enough stretch, or recline down onto your forearms. This is a deep hip opening pose. We often hold a lot of physical tension in the body, especially in the hips, but emotions can also get trapped in our body. So holding these deep opening poses and breathing through them really allows for a deep release on a physical and an emotional level. So try to breathe through any discomforts that you might be feeling. Maybe finding some slight movement, rocking a little bit side to side or forward and back. And when you're ready, if you were down on your forearms, come back onto the palms of your hands, heel toe your foot back to the center of the mat, frame your foot with your hands, and then crawl around to the long edge of the mat for a wide leg forward fold. Toes are pointed in slightly. Walk your palms a little bit forward and then inhale, come up onto your fingertips, flat back. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, flat back, up on your fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Begin to crawl your hands around towards the front of the mat, coming into pigeon on the left. So dropping the left knee down towards your wrist, finding your pigeon pose. Finding a tall spine at first, the crown of your head reaches tall. And then begin to walk your hands forward, reclining into your pigeon. You can interlace your hands, forming a pillow for your forehead and resting your forehead down on the tops of your hands. We'll be here for about 10 breaths. Slowly begin to come out of it, coming back up onto the palms of your hands. And then tuck your back toes, press into your hands, and lift your left leg up for 3-limb downward dog. When you get there, bend your knee, roll your hip open for a counter pose to your pigeon, and begin to draw big circles with your knee, getting some circulation back in that left hip. And be sure to switch directions of your circles. Good. Coming back through your 3-limb downward dog, let that left foot float back down to the mat to meet the right downward facing dog. We'll go through that again on the left side. So peeking forward between your hands, step your left foot forward, drop your back knee, bring both hands to the inside of your left foot and heel toe your foot out towards the edge of the mat for your lizard lunge. Gaze is straight out ahead of you, and you could either stay up on the palms of your hands, or if you'd like a deeper variation, you can recline down onto your forearms. Remembering to breathe through any discomfort. Allowing the benefits of this hip opening pose to settle in on a deep level. Continuing to breathe. Good. When you're ready, come up onto the palms of your hands if you were down on your forearms. Bring that left foot back to the center of the mat. Hands come down to frame the foot and then crawl around to the long edge of the mat for wide leg forward fold. Toes are pointed in slightly here. This time in your wide leg forward folds, walk both hands over towards your left foot. Head, neck, and upper body are relaxed here. Walk your hands back through center and then over towards your right leg. Good. Crawl your hands all the way around, framing that right foot, coming into pigeon on the right. So right knee drops towards your right wrist, finding a tall spine at first, lengthening the crown of the head up, and then begin to recline down, interlacing your fingers, forming a pillow for your forehead. Resting your forehead down and settling into your pigeon. Again, we'll be here for about 10 breaths. Slowly begin to rise up. Tuck your back toes. Send that right leg high, 3-limb downward dog. When you get there, bend your knee, roll your hip open for a counter stretch, and begin to draw those big circles with your knee, bringing some blood flow back into that right hip. And don't forget to switch directions of your circles. Come back through your 3-limb downward dog, straightening out that right leg and then letting it float back down to the mat to meet the left. From your downward dog, drop your knees to the mat and then sit your hips back on your heels. Hands rest gently on your thighs. Begin to tuck your chin in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers, placing them at the base of your skull. Gently using your hands to pull your chin down in towards your chest, drawing your elbows towards one another. Feel the stretch through the back of the neck. Breathe. Release your fingertips and begin to take some half neck rolls here. So tucking your chin down towards your chest and rolling your head towards one side, and then rolling it back through center and over to the other side. So just moving back and forth here, continuing your breathing, slow and steady. Good. Next time you find your head through center, gently roll your head up, swing your right leg around so your right leg is extended out long, the sole of your left foot to your inner right thigh. Inhale, reach your hands up, And then exhale, fold over your right leg, drawing your forehead towards your knee. And see if with each inhale you can find a little bit of length through your spine. And then each exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper over that leg. These forward folds create space between the vertebrae of the spine, which is essentially a channel from your brain to the rest of your body. This space created in the spine decompresses the spinal nerves, creating a better brain-body connection and producing an overall calming effect on the body. Tuck your chin towards your chest and slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, rise up to a straight spine. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees spread out wide for a butterfly pose. Ground through the sit bones, tall through the spine, and then fold forward, drawing your forehead down towards your feet. Maybe using this as an opportunity to give yourself a gentle massage on the arches of your feet. Tuck your chin towards your chest and roll yourself back up to a straight spine. This time, extend your left leg out long. Bring the sole of your right foot into your left thigh. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward over your leg, drawing your forehead down towards your knee. Again, with each inhale, find a little bit of length and space through your spine. And with each exhale, fold a little bit deeper, drawing your forehead closer towards your knee. Letting the benefits of this forward fold soak into your body. Tuck your chin in towards your chest and vertebrae by vertebrae, roll up to a tall spine. We're going to make our way to our final pose, legs up the wall pose. So make your way over to the closest wall and sit down facing the wall and scoot your hips forward as close as you can to the wall and recline down onto your back. When you get down on your back, maybe you can scoot your hips a little bit closer and then lift both of your feet and rest them against the wall. Arms can be extended down alongside your body and begin to just melt into the mat. We'll be here for about 5 minutes. So this pose is a mild inversion, and it essentially changes the direction of your circulation, reversing the effects of gravity. So putting your body into this relaxing position while also simultaneously focusing on slow, deep breathing sends a signal to your brain that you are safe. When the brain receives the message that you're safe, it begins to shift your body into rest and digest mode. This is why legs up the wall pose is known as the #1 yoga pose to help with sleep. So continue to just rest, settle in, focus on your breathing, and I'll call you back when it's time to come out of it. Prepare yourself to come out of the pose. So slowly blinking your eyes open, walking your feet down the wall, and then rolling onto your side. Use your hands to help yourself up, and then slowly make your way to a comfortable seated position with your legs crossed, spine tall, and hands resting gently on your knees. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Bring a soft smile to your face, and then bow your head in gratitude, bringing your palms to heart center. Take a second to thank yourself for taking some time for self-care today, and I'll see you in the next class soon. Namaste.